morning, everyone. My name is Lisa McCrary, and I am one of the senior trainers here at AHCP. So let's go ahead and get started and jump right into why you guys are here today, which is for Motivation Monday. And we're going to start with what we start with every time, which is our quote for the week. So this week quote actually comes from Larry King. So those of you who are unfamiliar with Larry King, he is he was a very popular television and radio host. And what Larry said is, I remind myself every morning, nothing I say this day will teach me anything. So if I'm going to learn, I must do it by listening. I love this quote. And the reason why I like this quote, and especially for us as agents, is because that's what we must do in order to be successful in our jobs. As salespeople, for years, we have been told to talk more than we listen because, as a good salesperson is a fast talker. No, the greatest salespeople have the best is listening ears, and they're able to ask the right questions to their clients so that they can get the right answers from their clients. So I like this quote specifically for that reason, and it applies a lot to what we're going to be talking about today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quote as well. Welcome again, my friends, to Motivational Monday or Motivation Monday. And as always, we are going to start off with our tip for the week, or I should say tips for the week, because I got a couple of them for you. And we're going to go into our sales shout outs. And then from there, we're going to go into our sales topic for the week, which is simple steps in qualifying a lead, which I think is pretty important considering we need to be able to qualify them to see what is the best product for them. So I hope you find that section helpful for you. So let's start off with our tips for the week. So the first one is going to come to us from National General, and they have their Blooming Spring bonus incentive. I couldn't think of the word just then, and it's on our Med Sub plans. It started in May, on May 1st, and it is going to end on September 30th of this year. Now, you can earn anywhere from $50 to $200 extra for selling a Med Sub plan. For those of you who are selling Medicare supplement plans. For the $200, only thing you need to do is write a plan, a Medicare supplement plan. For the $100 on a birthday or anniversary of one of your clients that you might have, if you write a plan, you'll get $100 for that. And then when we look at the dental health and vision, you're able to earn an extra $50. And who don't want to keep great pearly whites, good vision, and be able to hear quite well? There are some stipulations that I want to go over. I try and go over them when I am on these calls. Remember that for the birthday and anniversary, it only applies for those of you who are licensed in California, Missouri, and Oregon. So if in other states, it does not apply. This bonus is not available in Minnesota, unfortunately. So if you have clients in Minnesota, this does not apply there. Plans must be issued and enforced for a minimum of 2 months with premiums paid in order to qualify for this bonus. And remember to consider that our guaranteed issue business does not qualify for this particular incentive bonus program. Now, in order to get paid on this incentive program, anywhere from $50 to $200, you do need to make sure that you have at least 3 Med Sub sales in order to qualify. But then after 3, it's unlimited. You can earn as much as you can based on how much you sell. So really great opportunity to get that extra cash. If you want to find information on any of the information that I'm going over as far as our bonuses are concerned, you can always go to, I like to remind you guys of this as well, you can always go to the AHCP webpage that is located at www.ahcpsales.com. You can go there and you can get additional information regarding our program. So let's see what we have coming up next. Hey, it looks like we have another National General bonus, and it is called the Bubbly Super Summer Supplement Bonus. Somebody try and say that really fast. This particular bonus is from now until September 30th, so you still have time. It must have an effective date before October 15th. In order to qualify for the bonuses that I'm going to be talking about shortly, you must sell a minimum of 10 supplemental policies in order to qualify for this. So with this particular bonus plan, you can earn anywhere from $10 to $40 for each sale. With if you sell accident fixed benefit, TrioMed, or the AHCP or the plan enhancer, you get an extra $40. The dental indemnity or the dental PPO, you get an extra $30. And then you get $10 if you sell the term life critical illness, the term life only, or the cancer, heart, and stroke. What I really like about this particular plan is that these are things that we should be selling to our clients anyway, so it should be an easy way to earn extra money. Something that you want to consider as far as with the rules and regs. With these plans, they must be issued and enforced for a minimum of 3 months with premium paid in order to qualify. Supplemental plans sold must have a minimum of $18 monthly premium also to qualify. So remember, anything less than $18 would not qualify. But check this out. This is something that I haven't seen very often that I think I'm very excited about. If you sell supplement plans alongside with an ACA plan through Coverage Builder, now that's the key. You got to sell it through Coverage Builder. You get double the amount you earned for that supplement. So what I really like about that, a lot of times when we're selling our short-term medical plans, we always remember to do the supplement policies along with that. But sometimes we just assume our folks that are on the Affordable Care Act cannot maybe afford or don't want it, or maybe don't see the benefit of having these supplement plans. We need to start educating them as well on the importance of these supplement plans. And now National General Insurance is giving you incentive to do that. So I'm really excited about that. And I think that's a really good opportunity for you to have that conversation with your ACA clients as well. I think we have one more tip for the week, and it's coming to us from United Healthcare. They are, looks like they want to do a little bit something more in order to get folks who are not selling TrioMed medical PPO plans, or I should say short-term medical plans. They're trying to give you guys some incentive in order to do that. Now, this is going through the end of the year, December 31st, 2022, and you can earn $500 per eligible TrioMed application. So in looking at this, it looks like it includes the copay max, the plan 80, and the plan 100. You can earn up to $500 per application, but there is a max of 5 applications with a total max incentive of $2,500. Now, one thing that is very important for this particular one, you do have to register. So you do need to go on AHCP website, click that registration link. I have it here on my screen. click that so that you can make sure you get registered. Now, something else that I want to make sure that you are aware of with this particular plan, this is once again, like I said, to incent those who have not been selling the Trio Med plans. So if you have not sold a plan since January, I think it's January. I want to look at my notes. I don't want to tell you guys wrong here. It's the last 14 months. So if you have not sold the plan in the last 14 months, and that goes back to January 2021, then you can qualify for this particular incentive. If you have sold Trio Med since January 2021, then you would not be able to participate in this particular bonus program. But it is a great way to introduce you to a great product that they offer that can help your clients. So just another one of those nuggets you can put in your pocket to use for the right customer. So there we go for our tips for the week. Now we're going to go to something I always enjoy, which is our sales shout outs and our kudos to our leading sales folks that were making it happen for the week of August 1st. However, I do want to say something. We've been having just a great sell of all products, short-term medical, limited med, actually, it doesn't matter. There have been a lot of people that have been selling great products to their clients and selling a lot of them. And a lot of them are not on this page that I have here, but I want to take some time right now to congratulate all of you because the numbers are looking absolutely fabulous and you guys are doing a wonderful job. And what I want to say to you guys, make sure you keep it up because it has just been absolutely fabulous, the work that you've been able to do to help your clients. So congratulations to all of you. But let's talk about what products were actually sold last week the most. When it comes to short-term medical, National General led the way. They have some great short-term medical plans with great flexibility. Next up, we have the limited med. United Healthcare led the way there. And then when it came to accident, National General, once again, is on the leadership board. Critical illness, we have United Healthcare. They led the way there. Also have really nice critical illness programs as well. And then it seems like when it comes to dental, no one can really beat that National General dental plan because week after week, it seems to hit our leadership board. So good for them for developing such a strong plan that not only you guys as the agents appreciate, but also your clients are appreciating it. So good for them. Next up, we have our leaders in the sales areas of short-term medical, limited med, and accident for the week of August 1st. Looking at short-term medical, familiar name here, Katia Santa Maria. Then we have second up, Jacob Gordon. Next, we have Cody Randanzo. So congratulations for having great numbers on the board for short-term medical. Next up, we have limited med. Cyrus Knighton led the way in sales. And then we had a familiar name again. She's back on the board. She does that cross-sell very well. Katia Santa Maria. When it comes to accidents, we have Robert Melmanger. I believe that is how he pronounced his name. I hope I didn't butcher it. And Robert, if I did, please accept my sincere apologies. And then we have Everett Baker. That led the way. Those were the top two sellers when it came to accident plans. So congratulations to all of you for doing all that you do to help your clients and leading the way on the leadership board. So thank you. Now, guys, we're going to go ahead and go to our sales topic for the week. As you can see, my girl over here with the yellow dress on, she's just super excited because she's going to learn some simple steps in qualifying a lead. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. Okay, when we talk about qualifying a lead, it has a starting point. Normally, you're starting off with the lead itself. And the leads, listen, can come from absolutely anywhere. It could be a purchase lead. It could be generated from a walk and talk. I love marketing, so you'll hear me talk a little bit about some sources where you can get leads from. It can be from a center of influence. Maybe you're working with a real estate agent or a P&C agent that can possibly help you. Referrals is also a great way to get those leads. Family, friends, social media is just blowing up when it comes to finding leads. So first, we're going to start off with our leads, and then hopefully once we get a lead, we're going to schedule that appointment with the person who's interested or the family that is interested. From there, we're going to utilize that appointment time to qualify that lead, and we're going to talk about specifically how we qualify the lead because that's why we're here. And then that is going to lead us to our sale. Okay, so what is our goal when we're talking to our clients and qualifying a lead? First of all, we need to figure out our client's pain. And I'm not talking about physical pain. We don't need to know about the knee ache or the back ache and all those things. We need to know what are their pains when it comes to their the plan that they're on. What are the gaps? What's missing? Most of your clients have no idea what is missing because they don't even know what's out there. So it's very important for us to ask questions to see what is hurting them when it comes to their healthcare benefit plan. And when I mean healthcare benefit, I'm not just talking about ACA. I'm not just talking about fixed benefits or short-term medical. I am talking about those supplemental plans as well, because those are just as important in filling the gaps and making sure we're helping folks with their maximum out of pocket as well as their deductible and things like that. So figure out your client's pain, and that comes from, once again, asking questions and then listening. Then once you figure out their pain, you're going to offer a solution for their problem. Now, a lot of times when it comes to offering that solution, I usually like to have 2 solutions that I offer. Some people have 3. They call it the good, better, best approach. I don't usually overwhelm people. I'll have my best and my good, and I'll have my better one in my side pocket, just in case my 2 top ones are not something that they necessarily want. But we want to, once we find that pain by asking the right questions, we want to offer them the solution to their problem. And the way we are able to find out their pain is by asking open-ended questions. Now, I know probably everyone on this call is familiar with open-ended questions, but I must remind you, because I don't assume anything, open-ended questions are those questions that are going to lead to a conversation. I like to think of the conversation as a tennis match. So they're saying something, you might be asking another question in order to generate more information. And in that process, what I like to think of it as you're peeling the layers of the onion back to get to the core of what it is that your client needs. So you have to ask open-ended questions. Now, what does an open-ended question sound like? Open-ended question is, who are you currently using for your health benefits? What kind of budget were you hoping to have with this particular plan? It is not a question that has a yes or no answer. If you're getting only yes or no answers, you're not finding that pain, and you're not going to be able to really dig deep to see what's going on with them, to find out that your client the family has a history of heart disease. You definitely want to talk to them about critical illness, but you can't do that if you're not asking those type of questions. I hope everyone is following me on that. Next, when we talk about those open-ended questions, I have some examples here. When we talk about those open-ended questions, like I said, we want to make sure they are questions that are not going to be yes or no. So here's an example. So when someone gives you a response, whatever that response is, you can come back and say to them, when you say that, what do you mean exactly? Can you explain that? So many times, because we talk to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, we already think when somebody says something to us, I say to me because I do it too, that we automatically know what they're talking about. Don't do that, guys. You need to ask them what they're talking about. So what you should be doing is asking a question like this. So if they say something to you, you definitely want to say to them, what do you mean by that? Tell me when you say that, what do you mean? Here's another one. How are you hoping I could help you today? That is a great question that I would write down for the introduction. So when you first start talking to someone and they say, well, I'm calling about getting a healthcare plan, you can come back and say, so how were you hoping for me to help you with that? And let them talk. And then you continue to ask questions after that. Next, why is that important to you? I love that question, because people will say things that they want and have no idea why they actually want it. But maybe you do, and you can help educate them on how exactly it's going to benefit them. The next question, could you expand on that a bit so that I can understand? Anything that's going to say things like, tell me more, help me understand. Those are things, those phrases lead you to those open-ended questions that's going to lead you to finding their pain. It's also going to lead you into getting more information from your clients. What else can you tell me? That's another one. Now, I will tell you, my absolute favorite one is not here on the screen, but that one is, Mr. Customer, if you can wave a magic wand, what would your plan look like? Let's throw away everything you have and everything you've dealt with in the past. If you can just wave that magic wand, tell me, what would your plan look like for you and your family? And then listen, because he's going to tell you what he likes and what he doesn't like. So that's another approach that you can take with that. So when we're talking to our clients, in order to qualify them, some challenges that agents have had, I've done joint calls with agents, and sometimes keeping control of the conversation is a problem, because they'll immediately get somebody, oh, I don't think you can help me. And it's because, and I've seen this, I don't think you can help them because they think their situation is so bad no one can help them. So in those situations, a lot of times they're allowing the client really to ask more of the questions than they are. So in order to keep control of the conversation and of what you're trying to find out from your client, you want to be asking the questions and then listening. So that's your role. Ask the questions and then listening. Usually the asking of the questions from them a lot of times come in the presentation of what it is of your proposal, because they're asking you, what does this mean? What does that mean? How is this going to benefit you? But in the very beginning, you're asking the questions and listening, and that will give you control of the conversation so that you can continue the conversation. We don't want them to hang up. We don't want them to think we can't help them. We want to continue the conversation. So make sure you write those questions down. I always say that, especially for you new people, write your questions down so you already have them right in front of you and you don't have to try and think of them on the fly, because in talking to a client, you can get completely sideswiped and start talking about something else, their dog, their cat, or something else, because we've allowed them to take control of the conversation. So remember, you want to keep control, but not in a rude way. We want to make sure, Mr. Customer, can we bring that back, please? Because I really want you to help me understand what you meant by XYZ. So when it's starting to get into the wrong side of things, you can say something like that to bring it back in a nice way. The next thing, we all are going to have objections. We all are going to have, where they are coming up with things that, you can't do this, you can't help me, I don't want it, I work with my sister, all kinds of things like that. The best way that I have learned in the 22 years I've been doing this is the fill, fail, found method. And hopefully many of you have heard this, but maybe sometimes we forget to use it. And the way it works is, whatever your client says that is an objection, I usually say, great, I'm so glad you shared that with me. I let them know I'm excited that you shared that objection with me. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It's great. But with the fill, felt, found method, what you're saying to them after that is, Mr. Customer, I understand exactly how you feel. So you're empathizing. Many of my customers have felt the exact same way. So now you're letting them know they're not alone. And then you go into the found. What I have found with dealing with prior clients is this is a great solution for that situation. So feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. Many of my clients have felt the exact same way. What I have found is XYZ. So you're showing empathy, you're showing they're not alone, and then you're also showing that you have a solution, which is a beautiful thing, just in those 3 simple words. Feel, felt, found, guys. Remember that. Next, ask questions and listen. We talked about this. Sales are made when you take clients from confusion to certainty. So in this particular section, what I mean here is that a lot of times we are using terminology that our clients don't understand. Don't assume that your clients understand what a deductible is. Maybe they should, but they don't. That's just the fact. Maybe they don't understand what a MOOP, if you're using, and don't use terms like that. Don't use the acronyms, use the actual words. Maximum out-of-pocket limit, things like that. And after you say that term, then ask them, Mr. Customer, do you understand what I mean by maximum out-of-pocket? And if they say yes, keep it moving. If they say no, okay, let's bring it back. I want to make sure you understand it before we move on. That is leading you to a solid close, because a client that is not confused is a client that is more likely to buy. Okay? So let's go on, keep it going. Don't be disagreeable. I think this is something that shouldn't even be on the screen, but there are times, especially after making hundreds of calls, and you get this one client that is just not being agreeable, you tend to become not agreeable, or you might say something that is not agreeable. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to help them. That's not going to let them see how you're able to help. So never break the rapport with your clients by being disagreeable. Try to be agreeable. I'm not saying tell them to be in something that they shouldn't be in. Absolutely not. That would be insurance malpractice in my opinion. But what you can do is you can let them know that you might have a better option for them that might help them, and it just give you a second to explain that to them. So once again, if somebody is being disagreeable or somebody is giving you an objection, I always say great, but in this example it says thank you, I appreciate that, and I totally understand your feelings, showing that that empathy, and then go ahead and moving on. Then lastly, I want to remind everyone, believe in how you can help your clients. So many times, especially for you new folks, we are so scared that we don't know the answers to everything, that we don't have the answers to everything. And we show that in our lack of confidence. Believe in what you are doing for your client. If you've done your research and maybe even solicited from other reps, their opinion on a package that you're proposing. But if you've done your due diligence and you believe what it is you are putting your client into, do not doubt it, because if you doubt it, they are going to doubt it. So make sure that you are saying what you're saying with confidence, but not arrogance, guys. We're not talking about arrogance. We're talking about confidence. And make sure that in everything that you do it ethically and morally, so that you are doing the best possible thing for your clients at all times. So that is going to do it for today's Motivation Monday. I hope you enjoyed the topic of conversation that we talked about today. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me at training@ahcpsales.com, and to any of our training folks. They're always manning that site. And if you need anything, you can also go there. Thanks again for joining me. Have a fabulous week, and we'll talk to you next Monday. All right. Bye. Everyone have a great day.